Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. We are here with my second video, and this one I feel like is a really good one, especially for those who are starting off in real estate, and even those who have been in real estate but may have been with the brokerage, the same brokerage for a while, maybe looking at, trying to find a new brokerage. So we're just going to talk about it. I'm going to dive right in. Before I get started, you know what to do. If you're not new to my channel, welcome back. And if you are new, welcome. Go ahead and hit that lovely subscribe button and let's get started. All right, so today's video, again, by the title, you know that we're talking about what do you need to look for when you're looking for a brokerage. So those of you who are new to the real estate world, or maybe you're not even in real estate and you're thinking about considering real estate, let's talk a little bit about the difference between a brokerage and a team. Okay, so when you join a brokerage, you're basically joining like a company that has many agents under them, and these agents are either buyer specialists or listing agents or whatever the case may be, and they work for whoever, right? When it's a team, it's basically a group of individuals who work together, right, to close deals, and there's pretty much you're splitting your commission amongst you and your team. But the benefits of being on a team is, like, of course, you get all these people who are dedicated to these sales and, collaboration and all of these things. Every team is different. So this is just a very generalized definition. But for the most part, that's when you're on a team, you work collaboratively on, your deals in a nutshell. And when you're under a brokerage, you're more so just your independent agent. And, you can, not saying that you can't get help from other agents or anything like that, but your deals are like your deals versus the team's deals. So that's kind of the difference. What I feel is important to look for in a brokerage, and I'm giving it to you in five basic things to look for. And for me, starting off into real estate, and I started just like interviewing brokerages, I kind of didn't know exactly what I was looking for. I looked at a bunch of YouTube videos, but ultimately what I realized is it comes down to what you as the individual needs. So for me as a new agent, I knew that I was going to need a little bit more training, a little bit more mentorship to set myself up for success and all of those things. So again, let's just dive right in. Number one, training and mentorship. That is extremely important. You want to make sure that you are being provided with quality training. And that training doesn't just look like, you watching a bunch of videos or just making a bunch of phone calls. And sadly, that is kind of the case with me right now with the brokerage that I'm under. And I'm not name shaming. I'm not going to say their names. But basically I went into this because it was advertised that I was going to have this phenomenal 30-day training and, all the things. And it didn't really turn out like that. It started off where, came in, we did like the little introduction thing about the company and just expectations and things like that. We watched some videos and literally we did these unorganized like buyer specialist presentations, and just it wasn't, for me, the training was not up to my expectations because I don't feel like I learned much from it. It really just kind of turned into me prospecting, making phone calls from 9 o'clock in the morning to 5 o'clock in the afternoon. That's eventually what it just turned into. And I was calling like the same numbers over and over and over. I did advocate for myself because I'm going to do that. And I told her like, hey, I need more. And then for me, my red flag with the company was whenever the lead trainer is saying to me, well, tell me exactly what it is that you need support with, or what do you need help with, or what do you want to be trained on? That for me is a red flag, because as someone who's new, you should be telling me what's essential to my success. Like, if I have an idea or something was brought to my attention, I can bring it to you, but you shouldn't be asking me. So I didn't really like that. I just felt like the structure of it was just very unorganized, very unclear. It was just more so like, hey, we need you in this office for 30 days so we can micromanage you. Like, honestly, that's what it was. And I didn't like that. So for me, knowing that when looking at my next brokerage, the biggest thing to look for is training and mentorship, and not just taking the word of whoever. It's like really talking to other agents that work there and see what this is. And then even social media can share a lot about someone's training. So I just think it's important. And then the training, again, it goes deep into, you want to make sure they're doing things to, help you be successful on social media, or helping you be successful when you're talking to just random people and you want to turn them into potential clients. Like, you want all the training necessary that's going to set you up for success in this real estate world, because this world is so saturated and so crucial that you need to find ways to stand out. And you can only do that when you take these resources and then you make them your own. So, yeah, training and mentorship. And then that was just more on the training side. But on the mentorship side, you want to make sure that you're being exposed to people who are top producers. Meaning, you want to be around the people that's in the brokerage that are successful, because you want to learn from them as well. Obviously, they're successful, so you want to learn, how do they become successful? What is it that they're doing to continue to be successful? So you want to be around those people. You want those people mentoring you, and you want to just keep learning from them. So that's important. If you're going to work in an office and the people who are top producers are never there to support, or you can't just reach out to them and get support from them, then that's most likely not the brokerage for you. So those are just, a few things. That's just my number one thing when it comes to what to look for in a brokerage, is the training and mentorship, because it's really essential to your overall success in this business. Number two. Number two are the resources that are provided for onboarding. Again, another reason why I chose my current brokerage is because they offered me things like my free business cards. They took my professional headshots. I didn't have to pay any office fees. So all of those things were things that they were providing for me that made me make the choice that I made, right? So knowing that I'm brand new into this real estate business, I don't want to spend a ton of money investing in, different things. The only thing that I need to focus on paying is my real estate dues, and that's it. And so that was a bonus for me that they provided those things. And also they provided leads. So that was another thing that I talked about. And those are two different things that I'll talk about in just a second. But for the most part, you just want to make sure that you're paying attention to, like, what is it that they're offering you? What does the onboarding look like? And, what resources? Are they going to do, like, weekly meetings where they focus on a specific category for real estate success for that week or whatever? Like, what all does it have to offer outside of the training? Like, what support, what collaboration, what is provided? What all does this, or are they just a brokerage that just holds agents under them and expect the agents to just do everything on their own? Like, you want to pay attention to things like that, because again, you're not going to succeed if you don't have support. Like, yes, it's your own independent business underneath someone, but at the same time, like, you still need to learn. You still need to depend on other people to teach you the things that you need to know, because you don't flat out know everything. And you want to be like a sponge. You want to take everything in, because I know I'm like always like, So you do your research. Just do your research. Number 3, fees associated. So like I mentioned before, the current brokerage that I'm at, they don't make me pay any type of office fees or, CMR fees. CMR is just kind of like the system that your brokerage uses to manage all of the clients that you have under your prospect or leads. And there's no fees associated. So again, most fees range between like $70 to $90 to $100 a month, just for you to like be able to use like the office space in their businesses or whatever the cost may be. So yeah, you just want to pay attention to that. Not saying that there aren't great brokerages out there that do require you to pay a fee, but if you're just starting off and you don't really have the money to be paying a monthly fee, and you don't know when your next commission check is coming in, I wouldn't go straight for a brokerage that has office fees. But if you've been in the game for a minute, or you have savings built up and you can afford to pay this $70 to $100 fee every month, then do so, if the brokerage is worth it. But for the most part, my intention when getting into real estate was to save as much money as I can, because I knew I didn't know when my first commission check was going to come in. So I knew that I needed to like save because I still have bills to pay and so forth. And so I couldn't just say, oh, I'll just give you this $90 to be in your office, and I couldn't guarantee a sale. So you just want to pay attention to things like that. Number 4 are the leads. Are they providing you leads? Is the brokerage going to provide you with leads? So this is one of those things of, it's not necessary because you can do your own leads. You can do your own, sphere of influence. But for me, as a person who, I've only been in Jacksonville for a year, so I know a few people because of the jobs that I've worked and so forth, and the connections I've built and the friends that I've created. But my sphere is only so big. I don't have a ton of family here, so, and then the family that I do have, they're in real estate as well, so they're obviously gonna, utilize their own business over me. So, I mean, and that's fair. But what I'm saying is I needed to be at a brokerage that provided me with some leads to just kind of help me build my clientele. And so again, that was another reason why I chose my current brokerage, is because they did provide leads. Now, just because they provide you with leads, does that mean that they are the best leads? Some of these people that I've called, they bought a house a year ago, but they're still in the lead system. So it's like they're pointless because they've already bought a home, purchased a home, or so forth. And then some of the leads you call, they don't answer, or they're not looking, or they were just looking and they're not interested in buying. So lead is just a tricky thing, and you have to build the relationships there. But for the most part, you just want to make sure that when you're starting off, you have the ability to build your clientele on your own. If you don't, then you may need to be with a brokerage that provides you with leads. Number 5, the most important thing for me, not the most important, because again, the training and mentorship was obviously one of my number 1 priorities for finding a brokerage. But this one is very important to me too, is the time that's required to be in the office. I know a lot of great brokerages out there, but like for one brokerage, for example, they're doing really well here in Jacksonville, but they had a requirement that I had to be in their office from 9 to 12, Monday through Friday. And for me, that was a no-go because, one, I don't want to be in anybody's office for a certain amount of time every single day. I don't want to do that. When I got into real estate, it was because I like my flexibility, my schedule. I'm a single mom here, again, without a lot of family, so having the ability to, if I need to stay home for the day with my kids, I can do that. It doesn't affect my work because all I have to do is just work from home, make the calls or whatever, and any showings that I have, I can schedule around that. I love my flexibility. So when a brokerage tells me that I'm required to be in their office from 9 to 12, Monday through Friday, that's a no for me. Again, that may work for some people, but it wasn't working for me. So it was deuces to them. No offense. But again, it's what you're looking for in a brokerage is mainly going to be tailored to what you need. Not saying that I'm never going to go into a brokerage. Yes, there's days where I just feel like, okay, I need to be a little bit more focused or a little bit more grounded. I'm going into the office today. Like, that's fine. But I want it to be on my terms, not anyone else's terms. So that's the thing there. And then it's like when I want to, it's like I don't have to take off because I'm my own boss. I make my own schedule. So if my kids have things going on at their schools that I want to be there for, I can be there for. The life of flexibility was one of my biggest things for getting into real estate. Like, obviously I love real estate, and I was always interested in getting into it, but the flexibility is the biggest prize from that. It's like, yes, you'll get financial freedom when you work hard, but on top of that, you have this time flexibility. So like, what better career can you ask for? So that was big for me. Basically, in a nutshell, I don't want anybody to tell me when I need to be in their office. So when I go in, it's on my terms and, so forth. So I do say, though, with that, I do want to know, it is important to go to the office. It is important. Don't be an agent who goes underneath a brokerage and then you never go to the office. Don't be that. Don't be that agent. Like, go to the office. Continue to make connections, continue to work there, even if you go for like 2 or 3 days out of the week. Great. And you don't even have to go the whole day. Like, just go for 2 or 3 hours. Excuse me. Go for 2 or 3 hours, like a day, like 2 times a week. And that's good. Like, just work. Like, stay focused, stay motivated, and just work. Even if you use, because for me, if I'm going into the office, I like to use that time to prospect. Like, when I'm at home, I'll make phone calls too, but if I go to the office, then I'm more what's the word I'm looking for? I'm more determined and, you know, to make the phone calls. So, but I didn't want this video to be very long. So I just wanted to make sure that I shared with you all what I thought the top 5 things are that are essential to finding a brokerage, and these are my top 5. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have anything else that you'd like me to share or you want me to make videos about, please leave it in the comments. I would love to share my experience or my knowledge on any of the topics that you all suggest. But with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to subscribe and like this video, and I will see you all next time. Bye, guys.